Internets! Welcome back to Cold Iron. This is episode 3. You have now had a chance to see our group once. We were here in the premiere, and then last week you got to see the team progress play. As we've talked about before, it's an interwoven story. We have two groups playing in the same world, probably messing with each other, I'm expecting, in the future. So we're switching off every week. So this week we're back with our Winteroak group. Our player who wasn't able to make it, our first episode, is back. It's Becky. She's playing Io. You want to introduce yourself a little bit? Everyone else had the chance to.
Hi, I'm Becky. I will be playing Io, who is a Tabaxi barbarian, who theoretically will come in at some point.
Excellent. Actually, no, we're just going to have you sit here for 4 hours and not do anything.
All right, that sounds good.
I just thought that would be fun for you. So, when we met last time, we were outside of Winteroak, and a strange man, a human man, came stumbling in asking for help, named Jonas, or Jonas, as he came to be affectionately known. One of the elders sent Og and Jory to return Jonas from where he had come, saying that he was in a train accident. And so they trekked through the forest. Along the way, they met Perny, who was an interesting addition to the group. She can't make pie.
I feel like that interesting has air quotes around it.
No, it is. You're an interesting addition. And you can't make pie. And so they continue to the train where they found a very strange scene of a tree that looked like it had grown right out of the tracks. And Jonas talked about how someone had yelled, "There's a child on the tracks." And while they were investigating, they were attacked by these strange boars that left a sort of purple haze behind. And when they looked Og in the eye, really, upset Og sort of psychically somehow. And as that was sort of wrapping up, there was a huge rumble in the background, and Og heard a voice in his mind telling him to run. So they ran, and that's where we left off. Our group of Winteroak folks, plus Perny, ran into the forest, sort of heading back in the direction generally of Winteroak, and Jonas actually ran back down the tracks towards the rumbling sound. So that's where we're going to pick up today, literally running into the woods. How is everyone feeling while they're running into the woods?
Short.
Hurt.
Yeah, so Perny's running a little slower than everyone else. Yeah, Og is hurting.
Well, I feel like the playing field has been leveled because Perny might be shorter and have shorter legs, but Og and I are like bleeding profusely as we run. So
from multiple injuries.
Roughly at the same speed.
All right. Excellent. That's good. No one's getting left behind. Except Jonas, I guess.
Who?
Sorry, Jonas.
Jonas.
Who? I don't know, okay.
I'm going to say that, Jory, you're the first person to actually really notice that Jonas isn't running with you. What do you do?
Cheer.
I mean, I will spend half a second, I'll spare the half a second to sort of turn and give a quick look around to see if he's anywhere in this direction, which he's clearly not because he went the other way. And then just sort of call out to my companions, he's gone, he has disappeared, and I'm not sure, don't know where he went.
Is he like gone? Like, we don't even know where he is?
No, you do not know where he is.
He just disappeared.
I think you especially don't. Can everybody remind me what their passive perceptions are? I got a new notebook. Exciting. Forgot to put everybody's passive perceptions down. That happened.
Can we just go back to the part where you say you especially don't notice, Perny?
Well, I think that your passive perception is low, if I remember correctly.
Because you can't see 2 feet past your own hand.
I just meant I think your passive perception was like a 9 or something. I don't
It is
think
not a 9.
I
It is
don't
a
think
9.
Og is much better though.
13.
Oh, Og is better
15.
then. Okay, yeah. So you're just running. You're just running, Perny. You got no idea. You're trying real hard not to trip on your tiny little legs.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you don't see him anywhere around. Once Jory actually calls out, you can look around, and you also don't see him anywhere. You can assume that he's run in a different direction than you.
Well, good. We didn't like him anyway. Stupid human.
Yep.
I liked him a lot better when I knew where he was, though.
At this
Yeah,
point in time... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but look what happens. Humans come, bad stuff happens. It's all the humans' fault. We don't need him around anyway. We wanted him to go.
So at this point in time, it's actually getting to be a bit dark. You would spend most of the day traveling to the train, and it was approaching evening when you arrived there and dealt with the boars and the swarm of ravens. So it's a little dark. Well, it's getting to be a little bit dark. You are fairly far now. You've actually covered some good distance. You can't see the train tracks now. If you look back behind you, all you see are like trees.
I hurt Jory. We should stop.
Did anyone get a look at what made that sound before we stop and find a place to rest? Like, are we sure that it's safe here?
I didn't see anything. I just heard the voice. Run. It was not a nice voice.
If we're stopping here, then somebody needs to keep watch at night.
Fine, I'll do it.
Oh my god!
You do it, Rob. Well, I'd rather me do it than you two bleed out overnight.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Go do whatever it is that you two need to do to fix yourself up, because I don't have
Are you going
I
to...
that way.
Are you going to stay up all night, or are you going to sort of trade off?
No, I'll stay up all night. Are you kidding?
Okay, so if you stay up all night, you will take a point of exhaustion. I will say
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's going to give you disadvantage on ability checks in the next day of play.
So even worse pie.
So even worse pie. Please try
You're
to
not
make pie.
responsible for breakfast.
Amazing. Okay, so that's great. You'll stay up all night and take watch so the other two can heal up and do what they need to do. Does anybody want to do anything before they sort of go to sleep? And
Yeah, I will use I'll use Balm of the Summer Court on Og.
okay. Og will get, I will say, just because we got lots of new people, I'm going to say this to our internet watchers, several of our players are newer players, so we will be talking about rules a little bit as we go. You are free to do that. It's not like you're using a spell slot or anything for it, but I will say that because you're about to go into a full rest, everyone will heal up fully, so it's not really necessary. Because when she wakes up, or when he wakes up, Og will be at full health anyways.
But you never know when something might happen in the middle of the night.
That is very true. That is
I don't
very
know what
true.
you have planned.
Well, it's to murder
But
you
as
all,
it turns out,
but-
I'm only a little bit useful because I rolled a 1. So you're welcome for 1 HP, Og.
Thanks, Jory.
so good. So good.
I will.
Oh my god, look at that! That pimple totally wiped away.
that little scratch from the twig that hit me as we were running through the forest. It's all going
take it
out.
away.
Thanks, Jory. That was great. And I will cast Cure Wounds on Jory.
Also for 1 point?
I will
I really
reach
hope
out.
it's for 1 point.
Reciprocal.
What am I rolling?
For Cure Wounds, I believe that's a
D8.
D8.
Yes. It is.
Just gonna open up D&D Beyond while we do this. Oh darn, I forgot to do a thing. How sad. I was gonna tell everybody about how we're sponsored by the Deck of Many. See, this is why I need to prep my notes ahead of time. The Deck of Many is great. I am using it. They sponsor us. It's a bunch of these cool cards. Ooh, cool cards.
Ooh.
And so they give you, like, there's all kinds. This is monsters that I'm looking at right now. So you can see some art, and then on the back, it's got these neat stats, so you don't have to write all of your stats down on little cards, which is what I used to do before because I hate technology. But now I have these fun cards, so Deck of Many, everybody. What did you roll for your Cure Wounds?
I rolled a 3.
Woohoo! 3 points! That's exciting.
Wait, this says D8 plus 2 hearts?
D8
Plus 2 hearts?
plus 2 hearts.
That's what it says. D8 plus 2, and then a little heart symbol.
Oh, so I think the heart is healing, but the +2 is your spellcasting modifier.
Yes, that sounds right. Thank you, Becky, for having our back. I'm gonna bring up the spells.
I've used it before.
Which means that I rolled a 3 plus 2, so she gets
It's 5. It's 5.
Me?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I also use that spell all the time. I just apparently don't know how it works when I'm not looking at my cards. I'm a terrible player. Okay, so everybody's healed up, or sort of slightly healed-ish. It's nighttime. Perny is grumpy.
Yep.
Why are you grumpy?
Because I just stayed up all fucking night. I'm tired.
Oh, well, technically, we haven't stayed up all night yet. We're still at the pre-night time.
Oh, we're still. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, does
Moving
anybody
along!
else? Oh my god, so much sass. Don't play with your family, everyone. This is the problem. Don't play with your family.
Hey!
Anyone else have nighttime activities they want to do? No? Alright. Then we will to the morning. Purdy, you're grumpy?
Yes.
Okay. Purdy's grumpy. I don't know how that's different from any other day. It's the morning. As you are doing your morning stuff, breakfast, waking up, everybody's fully healed, so on your D&D Beyond, you can hit that, like, long rest boop, and it'll reset all of your various things and stuffs, which is great. So as you are having breakfast, you hear, nothing. Even Jory, excellent passive perception, just, like, tucking into some pie. Perny, did you make pie this morning? No? Alright. Tucking into whatever Perny did or didn't make. I'm guessing didn't make anything. Did you make anything, Perny?
Nope, I'm on rations.
Alright.
You can't come back from people making fun of your pie.
So everyone's tucking into their morning rations then. And surprising all of you, just walks into the clearing a giant cat.
A cat?
Yes, a giant humanoid cat type creature. Who both...
Okay, you say humanoid, like bipedal then.
Yes, it's a tabaxi.
Okay.
Who
I
Og...
hate this slightly less.
who Og and Jory instantly recognize as Io.
Io Kitty!
Hi, Og.
What are you doing here, Io Kitty?
She sounds.
We've talked about this, Og. It's just Io. That Io is fine.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. Just Io is just simple. It's okay. It's okay. I was sent to find you guys.
It's
Make sure-
been an interesting last 12 hours, 16 hours. I don't know. I've lost track of time.
So the last time you were in Winteroak was about 3 days ago, and then because you traveled, Jonas was like, sun went up, sun went down.
Oh yeah,
sun
we
went
made
up, sun
camp.
went
I'm
down.
sorry.
Yeah,
We
you
made
made camp
yeah,
2 nights. Yeah.
It's been an interesting last couple of days then, for sure.
Okay. I was just told to come and find you. To make sure you'd get back okay. They asked me. They gave me a shiny object to come find you guys.
Who's they?
The people in the town.
Yes, the Elder, specifically, Vaxis has asked Io to come and ensure that you return safely.
Isn't that the guy that told you to come and make sure this other Jonas was safe?
Yes, that would be
Yes.
the one and the same.
Who's this Vaxis guy? Anyone?
An elder.
Vaxis is our elder. Vaxis was the one who told me to take the human Joan ass back.
Is he a magician?
He's an elf.
So does that mean he does magic?
I don't know.
He's
Okay.
old.
He's old. Great. He's old and he's an elf, so he probably does magic. Sounds like a dick.
Where's the human?
Who knows?
We were investigating a train actually that he was supposed to be bringing us to. We were asked to find out where he was from and what he was doing. While we were doing that, there was something that attacked us and had taken over some of the wildlife, and then we had to run. So here we are, but in the process of running, we have lost track of this human.
A train? It's a train.
Oh my god.
Right. A train is a large wagon made of metal that runs on metal rails. I'm just gonna look over at Perny while I'm saying this with my hands up. Like, how do you explain a train?
It conveys people and goods from one place to another very quickly on a straight line.
Okay.
It has fire.
It doesn't have fire.
Fire's good most of the time.
Fire's bad.
So I know Og and I know Jory. Okay. I don't know. My name is Io of Many Moons.
Yes, I heard.
What is your name?
My name is Perny.
Perny.
Yep.
Okay.
I asked her to come along to help us keep an eye on the human.
No. Actually, what happened was I volunteered to come along and make sure that you guys were safe.
Are
Sure,
you guys?
we can go with that.
Perny is our friend, but
Yeah.
but she can't cook.
Fuck off.
Noted.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Are we going to find the human? Is the human safe?
Do we even care?
So you
My
weren't.
concern with the human is that he doesn't come back with us. I just want to make sure that he is away from our home.
Okay, we took him where we were supposed to, and now he's gone. It's no longer our problem. I got stuff to do, so can we just, like, go back? We're not supposed to bring him back. You guys are supposed to go back. Let's go back.
What's stopping him from coming back?
We don't know
With more humans.
I don't want him in our town.
Vaxis said to take it back where it came from and bring back information.
Do we have information?
Yes, big tree. Big tree bad.
Yes, we do have we do know some things that something has infected part of this, or I don't know, it seems like it's infected this area, this woods, and I do think that Baxis would want to know that something is wrong with the wildlife and the plant life here.
So magic.
At this point in time, Jory and Og, you look down, and although your wounds are healed, you notice that you're still kind of covered where those wounds were with that oily substance. It doesn't seem to be hurting you, but it's definitely still there. Jory, you assume that it's some kind of, that it's an oil. You can clearly see that it's train related in some way. This weird, slippery, shiny oil.
Does it smell like anything?
No, it doesn't smell like anything.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
same. It's the same substance that was on the tree that Jory got on her little squirrel paws.
Yes. Yes.
Scampering around?
I
I
looks
was
like
doing important work as a squirrel. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. No, that was not a diss.
Oh, squirrel surveillance.
I'm sorry I missed the fight. It sounds like a good one.
So I mean, I was attacked by a swarm of birds, right? So I imagine that these wounds that are now sort of oily and purpley are probably visible to most people in the party, if not everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
And
And
the
they're
same
actually,
for,
like,
and
you
the same for me.
Yeah. You can rub them away, like a cloth or whatever wipes them away. It's just like a weird residue left, as if the wounds healed up, but this oil stayed stuck on your skin. I'm using my hands, and then I realize no one can see them. It's stuck on your skin, but you can rub it away like that.
All right, well let's go back to the village. The elders are worried. They want an update.
Okay. Og,
Yes, Jory.
I think that when we get there, you and I should stay outside the village, and maybe Vaxis should come to us.
I think that's a good idea because this stuff is not nice. It's bad.
You're going to get an elf come to you? Good luck. Oh, wait.
Baxis.
Sorry.
Baxis
I said that under my breath. Under my breath.
I have excellent perception. Thank you very much.
Making friends.
what about you, Perny? Will you come with us?
Which way are you going?
Back the way that you were heading when we met you.
Yes. But I'm not cooking, you bastards.
If you help us get
Thank you.
there safely, we will vouch for you to enter Winteroak, not necessarily stay.
Okay. Sounds... Mustering all of my ability to be not a sarcastic shit. That sounds good. Thanks.
I can always go get the elders if he wants to stay outside of town.
That would be good, Io. We can go to my hut.
Your hut? Does it have as much leaves on it as you do?
You're not nice.
I'm just gonna reach over and like swat at Perny gently.
And I'm going to grip my quarterstaff just a little bit tighter. You're not nice. Be nice.
I'm gonna a paw is gonna go towards my great axe just in case it needs to step in here. All right, let's go. No fighting.
No promises.
My axe is bigger than your stick. No fighting.
All right, let's go. Break it up there, you two. Holy jeez.
All right, so you're gonna set off. You're gonna pack up camp and set off.
How come it says your name is Jordan Richer?
Thank you for that. I was waiting to tell everyone I'm changing my name. It's just because of the account that I'm logged into. You know, co-DMs, we share an account. You met Jordan last time. He played
Perception
Jonas.
of 8, okay. Perception of 8.
In character and in real life?
Well, you roleplay what you know.
Oh yes, I love it.
So mean.
Alright. I'm glad everyone watched. Our party just fell apart. Everyone hates each other now. Thanks for watching.
Okay. Sorry.
Also now I'm named Jordan. Nobody knew that. Nobody can see that my name's Jordan except for you guys.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that. God. That's technology. Give me a pen. I'm good.
So you pack up, and you head off. You're not, because you ran into the woods, it's not going to be the same path that you took getting here. You sort of ran off in a different direction, but you all know, obviously, the general direction of Winteroak. Well, I guess Perny doesn't, but the rest of you do. Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow the leaves and the smell.
And Io just got here, so Io remembers the way
Yes,
back.
Io remembers the way back.
I know the woods very well.
So
As do I.
you travel about half day's worth of travel. It's very uninteresting. You see some cart tracks again at some point in time, which you can assume are from that little goblin traveling cart that you passed last time. It just seems to wander around in the forest, trading their wares. You don't see the actual cart, just the cart tracks. And about halfway through the day, you come across a tiny little frontier town, basically. It's really small. It's just a couple of buildings and a scattering of houses. There's a sign just kind of staked right outside the town, in as much as it is, that looks like it's been, like, broken in half. But there's some writing on it, but it's kind of been broken in half and it's laying on the ground.
Can I go up to the sign and see what it says?
Yes, you can absolutely go up to the sign and see what it says. It's in 3 pieces, like someone has broken it. But when you sort of put them together, you can see that it says Frostford.
What?
Frostford.
With an F.
With an
Frost.
Yes.
Okay.
Does anyone recognize this?
Not I.
So, most of you will know that, especially as closer to the mountains where you are right now, it's not uncommon for there to be a few little towns of people, explorers, encampments, things like that. It's unlikely any of you have ever, spent a significant amount of time in them, so this one's probably new to all of you. But it doesn't surprise you that you come across a tiny little town.
So is it deserted, or does it look like there's people in it?
No, there's definitely people. You can see as you if you walk down the road a little bit into the town again, you see a couple of people milling about. Based on the number of houses that you see and the people in the streets, you guess that it's probably only about 30 people live in this town. There's really only 3 town buildings. You can see a general store that has a sign up that says House of Pots. You see what looks like a tavern and what smells like a tavern, frankly, which also has a sign, but it's, again, much like the other one, it's kind of fallen down and broken. And then you see just kind of a plain building, like a community center type of building. It doesn't have a sign, it's just kind of an empty, administrative-looking building. So in in the streets, you see a couple of small gnome children running around and playing. You see a dragonborn man entering the House of Pots, and you can hear some sounds coming from like chatter and music coming from the tavern.
Okay, I'm rubbing my hands together and heading for the tavern.
Wait. No. We're supposed to go back to Winteroak. The elders are waiting.
So's my stomach. My stomach is empty and it's waiting. I'll be 5 minutes. I'm heading towards the
Okay.
tavern.
Yep, so you're heading towards the tavern. What is everyone else doing?
I'll go with Perny and make sure she doesn't get into too much trouble.
Okay.
Too much?
Og?
I'm going to approach the gnome children.
Okay. What do you say to the gnome children?
I'm going to say, hi, would you like to hear a story?
The gnome children kind of come to a stop. They were like playing with a little ball or whatever and look way up like this because you're a lot taller than tiny little gnome children. And they have big smiles on their face and they're like, what kind of story?
I'm going to crouch down beside them.
You're still way taller than they are.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to crouch down beside them and say, I can tell you stories of adventure.
And their eyes get really wide and they're like, we love adventure.
Would you like to hear the story?
Yeah,
Would you like to hear the story of the witch in the forest?
You know about the witch in the forest? They say.
Yes, I do.
Yes, tell us about the witch in the forest.
Okay, well, come sit down here beside me and I will tell you the story.
Okay, so there's like a log kind of lined up that looks like a bench, and they scamper over and they sit on the log and they look at you eagerly.
Okay, there was a witch who lived in a forest very far from here. She was a good witch, and she made great friends with the creatures, and she allowed them to help her in her work. She also helped them to understand each other, which is important because not all creatures can talk to each other. Birds can talk to other birds, but not to a fox.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Pause!
How do you know about the witch, though?
Oh, I know many things. I've traveled many, many places. I've been around for a while. So this witch.
Yeah, she lives over there.
She lives over there. I think she must be a different witch. But can you show me where she lives?
Yep, so the children kind of, one of them hops off the log, walks a little bit down the road and points. Down there, outside of town.
And how do you know she's a witch?
They say she's the one causing the problems.
Problems? What kind of problems?
You know, and instead of saying a word, the child does a weird impression of, like, hopping and, like, miming, drinking, and smashing things.
Okay. There's been trouble here in your town?
Yes, lots of trouble because of the witch.
Let's see. Well, I'm going to go and tell my friends about this trouble. You stay right here. I'll be back to finish the story after.
Okay. And they just sit, like, eagerly awaiting you to come back. And at this point in time, we're gonna switch over to Perny and Jory, who have made their way to the tavern. Are you going in the tavern, I assume?
Damn right. Well, yeah, going in the tavern. Is there anyone loitering outside the tavern?
No, there's no one loitering outside. Just the sort of broken sign that's on the ground.
Would you see them if there were? That's why I'm here. I assume I'm like 3 paces back, actively looking at my surroundings while Pernie's just like soldering forth into the tavern.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go into the tavern and I'm gonna look for two things.
Okay.
Magic users, purses.
Okay, so you enter into the tavern, and it's very dark. It's a dark, dim tavern, and it smells of, like, really old ale. And it's pretty plainly furnished, just, like, a few tables and stools, plain ones, and then, like, one bar area at the back of the building, behind which you see a giant Goliath man standing there.
This thing is empty except for one guy.
There are at the tables 2 halfling women and 1 human man sitting at the bar.
Are they cute?
The halfling women are very covered. It's kind of hard to tell. They're wearing cloaks. They're pulled up. They look kind of secretive. You don't see any of their purses or anything like that. They just have these cloaks and they're sitting at the table leaning over, whispering to each other. You can't really see what they look like. The man is young, very, broad-chested, very Gaston-like, I'm going to say. Beauty and the Beast. And he is talking animatedly with the bar
giant?
Yeah, with the Goliath.
Okay.
And he does have a purse, by the way, hanging around his side.
Who, the human?
Yeah, he's got a little.
Does he?
A little satchel. So, that was an unfortunate hand movement. I'm aware.
Okay, well. Let's see. Like steal first or make trouble first? Two halflings, eh? Where's Jory? I look around to see where Jory is.
Jory is just coming in the door behind you now.
Does she look mad?
Do you look mad,
No,
Jory?
just more. Not mad. Just paying attention to my surroundings. Fairly neutral, really.
So you're not annoyed or anything yet?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to sidle up to the bar and ask the Goliath what he's got on tap. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to lift that purse.
Okay, so you're talking to the Goliath first, who says, "I got ale."
You got ale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like India Pale Ale, Amber Ale, Elven Ale.
That's the ale I make out back. It's the only ale we got.
Oh, okay. How much is it?
1 silver.
A silver? Do I get a trough of it, or?
He puts down a beer stein that is like the size of your head.
Oh. Okay, I'm looking over my shoulder. Hey, Jory, can I borrow a silver? I can't do this without laughing.
I will toss Pernie 2 coins, not just 1, but 2. Feeling generous.
What the shit? All right, well, I pocket one and stick the other one on the counter. There you are, my good man.
All right, and you want to try and take the sack, right? You want to? Yeah.
I'm not making a gesture.
If you want to try to take the little sack that's hanging off of the guy's belt, I'll need you to make a sleight of hand check.
Yes. Oh my god, I've got way too many.
So it's gonna be a d20 plus your sleight of hand.
Yep, I just gotta find my sleight of hand. There we go. Okay. Alright, don't fail me now. Oh my god! 8 plus 5.
13. Alright. So, you know, you're talking to the barkeep, you've put your money down, you slide your second silver that Jory gave into your pocket, and you continue to just slide that hand right over real smooth. And just as you're just about to take the little coin pouch, a human hand slaps onto your arm and says, "What you doing there, little lady?"
Really? That's what he says? What you doing there, little lady?
That's what he says.
Okay. I look at him like this. Oh, I've got this condition, and my hand, if I don't push my hand out all the way, once I put something in my pocket, it clenches up. So I have to push out all the way. And then, see, it's good now. I'm all the way out and then all the way in. Thanks very much.
That's a weird condition.
Yeah, it's no joke being a halfling, man.
Sounds made up.
It sounds made up.
It does.
Ask those two ladies over there. They're halflings. They know.
And he kind of looks you up and down, turns and shouts to the halfling ladies, "You got that weird arm thing?" And they turn and they look at you. What do you do?
So, look, what do I do?
The halfling women are making eye contact with you.
What do I do? I can see their faces now?
Yes.
What do they look like?
Both of them middle-aged, slightly graying hair around the face, kind of withered. Looks like they've had a tough life. They look secretive.
Well, my first instinct is to use my ability to hide and hide behind Jory. But, what am I going to do?
Okay, well,
Am I hearing this, by the way?
Yeah, you can hear it. While you think about what you're going to do, we're going to jump over to Io. Io, you have seen Og approach the children. You have seen Perny and you've seen Perny book it for the tavern and Jory follow behind. What are you doing?
I'm going to keep an eye on Og to make sure he doesn't scare the children.
Okay.
Yeah. At the same time, I am... You said, is there any, like, carts or anything on the street of people selling things, or is it just those two shops that you...
No, just the tavern and the general store.
Can I wander over to the general store and just kind of look in the window and see if I see anything interesting?
Sure. So you walk over to the window, and you attempt to look in, but it's covered in either, like, all kinds of papers of, like, past events. Not even things that happened in the town, it seemed like. Just weird papers for various events. Some of them actually from saying, like, this thing happening in Bellisk. And where there's not these papers up on the windows, it's very dusty and you can't really see in.
Can I try to rub away some of the dust?
Sure. Yep, so you reach up and you try to rub away some of the dust, and you take away a grimy hand, but you realize that the majority of the dust is actually inside.
If I glance back at Og, what is he doing right now?
Talking to the children still.
Okay. So then I will go into the general store.
Okay. So you enter into the general store. There's no one in it that you can see. It's fairly empty. It's filled with various general store type things. I imagine it... Do you remember what the general store looked like in shows like Road to Avonlea? It was like literally... It was a lot like that. It's a little bit of everything. You know, you can order your clothes and things like that. There's barrels and food and preserves. And... but there doesn't appear to be anyone there, although you do hear what sounds like a little bit of, like, rustling behind the counter.
I'm just going to kind of walk around. Do I see anything interesting?
Do you see anything interesting?
Preferably shiny, but, you know, we'll take what we can get.
You see a small pack of, like a little bundle of daggers. They don't look particularly fancy, more like something you would trade, maybe. And there's a little bundle of 5. They're very plain, no innate carvings or anything into them. But that's kind of the shiniest thing that catches your eye.
Can I try to pocket it?
Sure. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
That is going to be a... Math is hard. 21.
Yeah, so you just, like, you know, reach out, take the daggers, slip them into whatever it is that you're holding that you put stuff in. A bag, a cloak.
Yeah, I have a little, like, a messenger bag kind of thing.
So you slip it right into your bag. No one takes notice. Because it doesn't appear to be anyone there.
I will look around for another quick second and then go outside and see where Og is.
So right as you're about to, like, push the door open, a little voice yells out, "Hello?"
Hello?
"Hello?"
Hello?
And at that moment, a tiny little kobold head kind of sticks up over the top of the counter, and this creature says, "Oh, hello! Welcome to my store."
Hi, I'm just leaving, thank you.
"Oh, okay. Well, it was very nice to meet you. I hope you come back. We don't get visitors very often."
Why not?
I just don't think many people come this way.
Well, maybe because your sign is destroyed. They don't know you're here.
Oh, it didn't used to be destroyed.
Well, what happened to it?
Oh, those hooligans.
Hooligans?
The weird, like, goat people. You know, they've always hung around, but lately they've caused some problems.
Goat people?
Yeah, you know, they're like goat on the bottom, but like kind of human on top.
Would I know what they're talking about?
Roll a nature check.
14.
Yeah, you assume that she is talking about satyrs.
How many goat people?
Ooh, like a gang. Sometimes 5, sometimes 20.
Okay, that's a very wide range of numbers. Where do they live again?
Oh, in the forest somewhere. They've always come to drink at the tavern, but then maybe like 2 weeks ago they came and they started making problems. They bash our signs and they steal things from us and they laugh at us.
Oh no, not laughing.
sounds like a problem.
It's very strange, too. Sometimes, I swear, when they go by, it's almost like they leave a purple smoke behind them.
Now, I know what the purple smoke is, but I don't think it was mentioned. That does sound very strange. I have some friends. We might be able to help.
You can
Maybe.
help us? Are you adventurers?
No, I'm to protect things.
Oh, well, that is very useful.
It can be. Who's the head of this town?
Oh, no one, really. Sometimes we meet in the public building to discuss things, but people just kind of do their own thing. There's not many of us.
Do you have a name?
Oh, yes, I'm Mrs. Potts. At this point in time, she actually climbs up onto the counter, and you realize you are talking to basically a chubby grandma kobold.
Yay!
A mental image right now, I'm sorry.
She's very kindly, she's wearing a little apron.
Nice to meet you, and I'll give a quick bow. I am Io.
Oh, hello, Io. You will help us with our problem?
Sure. Why not?
That is much appreciated.
Let me go find my friends, and then maybe you can find someone to take us to where the goat people are.
Oh, maybe. I'll ask around.
Okay, you do that. And I'll be back.
Okay, we're gonna swing back at this point in time to Perny. The halflings are looking at you.
I'm gonna look at them, and I'm gonna do this: blank face, and then wink, and then blank face.
Roll a persuasion check.
19 plus 4.
Oh, so yeah, these halflings, like, wink back at you, both of them. And they're like, oh yeah, we got that problem too! Look! And they both, like, pretend to reach down, and then they're like, yoink! And stick their hands, like, straight out to the side.
I still got it! Yeah!
The human, like, lets out a laugh and says, you are very strange creatures. Funny, but strange.
Okay. Is it back to my initiative?
Yeah, we're not really in combat, so there's no initiative, so you can just do sort of whatever it is that you want to do.
I'm going to look back at Jory again. How's she looking?
I'm desperately trying to keep a straight face while this is happening.
Okay, I'm going to pop her a grin, and then I'm going to try to steal that purse again.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll slightly.
Wait, I got to pop her a grin.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Good grin.
Grin popped.
I'm going to get you to roll sleight of hand, but I'm gonna do it with disadvantage because the human is decidedly aware that you are there and looking at you.
He's suspicious. Okay.
So you're gonna roll twice and take the lowest number. Is that a 1? Amazing.
That's a 1.
All right.
No, that was only 1. That was only one roll.
Okay. I mean, I don't.
Roll.
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, it literally can't
you
get
can't
worse.
Get worse than that. Yeah, but you can't use that because it's disadvantage. You have to use the one.
Roll a what? And then roll a...
Fair enough. You should take it. Well, if you'd rolled 2 dice, you could have taken a little photo. We could have shared it later. Anyways, so you fail.
So what I do is punch him in the face.
Is that what you want to do? You can go ahead and tell me how you fail this.
Okay, how do I fail this? I gotta fail this spectacularly. All right. I go to reach for it unobtrusively, but I'm sitting on one of the stools. I'm too high up, and I slip, and I like fall off. And as I'm falling off, I grab it with my teeth, and then I land up on the ground with this purse in my teeth.
All right. So, this human is like looking down at you. The Goliath actually bursts out laughing behind the bar.
And I actually do this. Oh.
So the human looks down at you, offers you a hand to help you get back up.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the purse out of my mouth and give it back to him.
He opens the purse, dumps it out, and you see that inside of it is actually just a little pouch of tobacco.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, if you really want this, little lady, you can have it.
While this is happening, is there anybody else around that obviously has money where somebody could get it?
No, not at all. The 2 halfling women are just, they're very roguish themselves, actually. Dressed very dark, you can't see anything, everything's tucked away. No weapons, no bags, nothing. I mean, there is presumably a cache behind the bar, but the Goliath is clearly standing there.
I'm not fucking with that. I'd just be like, it's all good. Take my beer, turn around, go back to Jory, drinking it.
As you're walking away, the human kind of nods to you and says, "You looking to make a little cash?"
Maybe.
We got a problem here in town.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I'd be willing to pay. I'd be willing to pay for someone who could deal with our problem.
What's the pay? And what's the problem?
Well, we got a witch problem. And, she seems to be doing something weird to the creatures around here. And, I'd pay 200 gold. Someone could deal with our witch problem.
That sounds like a lot of money. Either it's a lot of problem or a lot of baloney. Which one is it?
It's a lot of problem.
All right, I'm going to look around at Jory and say, how much problem do we like?
I think it's worth finding out if this problem is related to the other problem we just ran into.
I wonder if we could double dip. There might be other people willing to pay to get rid of this problem. Is what I'm thinking.
Being paid is always good.
I will point out for Jory, Og, and Io that you know that money will get you nowhere in Winteroak. Everything is done by barter there, so you can collect all the money you want, but you can't buy things in Winteroak with cash.
Oh, I remember.
Rainy day.
Perny doesn't know this yet.
Yeah.
Bernie doesn't know that, yeah.
Okay, well, let's go talk to the furball and then the other furball But actually, before we do that, can you outline? I'm turning back to the human now and say we need a little bit more information. And I'm gonna gesture Jory in closer. This is my muscle. So
your tall, willowy elf muscle.
yeah.
Okay. And he will tell you that as soon as we have checked in with Og.
Right. I have told the children to wait, and I will come back to tell them the rest of the story. And I am looking for. Well, my instinct would be to look for Jory, but did I see Io go into the general store?
Yeah, you would have seen everyone go where they went. So you saw Io go to the general store, and you saw both Perny and Jory head towards the tavern.
And knowing that Jory will be very preoccupied trying to stop Perny from getting us into more trouble, I'm going to walk up the street to Io to find Io and tell her my news.
Okay. Right, so you catch Io right as she's coming out of the general store. What would you like to do?
Io, these children have just told me something very interesting.
Okay, Og, what did they tell you?
They tell me there's a witch who lives just outside of town who is, they say, making bad things happen here.
Okay, that doesn't sound too good. Witches are not so good. I've heard of goat people that have been making trouble.
Goat people?
Goat people, yes.
Okay, now since Og has lived in the forest, would I know that goat people would be referring to?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Sure. $19.
Yeah, you, with a little information about the goat people that, Mrs. Potts gave to Io, who then sort of relates to you, you also catch on that it's probably satyrs that they're talking about.
Okay. So I'm hearing, I've heard about a witch, and you've heard about satyrs.
But, Og, you know the forest. I know you know the forest.
I do.
Have you ever heard of purple smoke coming from satyrs or goat people?
Purple smoke? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. When we had the fight at the train, the pigs had purple stuff. Purple stuff's bad. Purple stuff's bad. Purple stuff's very, very bad. Purple stuff's bad. Purple stuff's bad. Purple stuff's bad.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can help them with their problem before we head on to Winteroak and back to the elders, like I was supposed to bring you guys back.
But purple stuff is bad. Purple stuff is evil.
Well, we have to take care of evil. Right? In your stories, good always vanquishes evil. Right?
Okay. I don't know.
You know, my job is to protect.
Mine too. I have to take care of the forest. I have to take care of the creatures.
Yes, and I have to take care of the light. We each have our duties.
Okay, if you say so, I'll. Do we get the others?
Jory's okay. I don't know about the other one. She's awfully rude.
I don't think she means to be rude. But yeah, she's rude. She hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry she did that, Og.
I think Jory likes her though.
Maybe we'll give her.
Let's talk to Jory.
Okay. Why don't you go back to the children, Og, and keep them entertained, and I'll go find Jory.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, so Og, you head back to entertain the children. Are you going to tell them more stories?
Yeah. Okay.
You don't. I'm just asking. You want to tell them stories? You want to play with them?
I'm going to. Do I have my drum? Yes, I have my drum with me. I'm going to take my drum and I'm going to sing them a song and let them bang on my drum and just sort of play with them for a while.
Okay. All right. So you do that, and Io, you head over to the tavern where you saw Perny and Jory go. And as you walk in, you just see Perny sort of gesturing to Jory to come up and talk to what you see is a young, handsome-looking human man.
If I'm really quiet, can I try to stick to the shadows to see if I can get up far enough behind to hear what they're saying?
Sure, go ahead and roll stealth.
22.
Yeah, it's very dark and it's very easy to just kind of go along the wall and stay in the shadows. Perny doesn't notice you at all. Neither does Jory, strangely enough. So you can hear as this, Perny's gestured Jory over and the man starts to say, so it all started about 2 weeks ago. Like, we've always had these, weird goat things come in and hang out, and it's been fine. In fact, they spend money, they're jovial, sometimes they bring friends, keeps our tiny little town afloat, But then, suddenly, it wasn't like a fun kind of chaotic, it was like an aggressive kind of chaotic. You know what I mean, little lady? You know what I mean about chaos. So then, they just started, destroying the town, and they are smashing all our signs, and they stole things from Mrs. Potts. Can you believe that? From Mrs. Potts! Anyway, there have been a few other things, too, not just the goat people, but, squirrels and birds and stuff, they've been acting real weird, too. So the way I sees it, I think that witch lady on the end of town, I think she's, doing something, to control them. Your mic is muted, I think, Perny.
Good thing you're a writer and not a speaker.
There we go.
Thinker, you know.
Well, I mean, she's a witch. It's not gonna be Mrs. Potts who's causing the problems,
Okay, I'm just maybe suggesting maybe it's someone outside the town.
Well, the witch lives outside of town.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Jory and say, I just totally blanked out what I was does this seem like it checks out to you, or the town is weird enough already, but I feel like I can't talk, Jory. You know what I'm saying? What's your gut say?
My gut says we need to check it out. I don't know if the witch has anything to do with it, but the rest of it sounds awfully familiar, don't you think?
Yeah. And then there's the gold. All right, I'm going to turn back to the human. If this witch doesn't turn out to be the problem, do we still get paid?
Well, I'm paying you to deal with the witch problem. And I'm certain it's her.
So we deal with the witch, we get the money.
Yes.
Good enough. All right. Where is she exactly?
Yeah, she lives outside of town a ways.
Okay, can you give me a cardinal direction?
You know, like, you came in one side, there's only one road. You walk down the road, you keep going out. She's down there somewhere.
Gotcha.
I don't like to go near her.
Okay. All right, well, you can just rest your fancy buns right there. We'll take care of it.
At this point in time, he extends a hand and says, "It's real nice to meet you, little miss. I'm Cedric."
Cedric?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cedric Winfell.
I'm tempted to steal his purse again. That's what you get for calling me little lady. Oh my god. I look at his hand because that's a weird human thing that I don't really do, and definitely you don't shake hands with a thief. Idiot. And say, you just hang on, we'll be back when your problem's fixed. And kind of awkwardly pat his arm. And then turn to Jory and like, get out.
Okay. Alright, so you're heading out of the tavern?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I happen to see Io skulking around there?
Roll a perception check.
Come on.
Cats are stealthy, what can I say?
I just want to know why you're stuck. It's a 20, right?
Yeah.
$15.
Sadly, still not enough, though, to beat what Io actually rolled to stealth. So,
So I see nothing.
No, you see nothing.
So I walk out of the tavern.
Yeah, exactly. You're just blinded now.
Okay.
Io, you see Perny and Jory heading out of the tavern.
I will follow stealthily behind them and wait to see when they notice me, because this is just fun now.
Okay. All right. Then I will make you roll a stealth check again.
Okay. Oh, this one's not... That's been...
Oops.
Oh, yeah. As you're trying to, like, stealth out, you actually trip over a stool, and both Perny and Jory turn around and look at you.
I'm 6'8", what do you want?
Hey, you pulled an Og move. Nicely done.
Like any good cat, I will just look at the stool as it got in my way and brush myself off and...
Excellent. Like it never happened.
Yeah, never happened.
All right, I'm looking at her like this, like smooth, and kind of gesture. Let's go.
All
I will
right.
follow them out.
Okay, so you head out of the tavern. Outside of the tavern, you see Og just a little bit off, with his drum out, letting a bunch of children, like, whack at it with mallets.
What a giver.
I see you guys heard about the witch.
Yes, we heard about the witch. More importantly, we heard about the money that comes with the witch. So I suggest we go take a look at it and fix it. Personally, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's probably just fanciful town folk who have too much time on their hands.
I mentioned I ran into someone who talked about the goat people and that the goat people had purple smoke.
Oh, yeah?
I told Og about purple smoke. That was a mistake.
What's purple smoke?
He said you'd seen it before.
Yeah.
With
What is it?
evil, apparently.
It's just evil.
Og feels things sometimes that other people can't.
Okay. Is it evil with a capital E, or is it just evil like badness?
He was upset, but not catatonic. So maybe just a small E, not a capital E.
Oh my God, magic users.
Perny, this doesn't change our plan, right? We thought it was
No.
related.
No.
So
It doesn't-
maybe let's regroup. Let's get everyone together and let's go take a look at the witch's house.
All right, let's try not to talk too much about this purple smoke because, in the end,
No.
who cares? It's the witch that we're worrying about.
So as you are gathering your group together, you hear a bit of a ruckus coming from just outside of town. And you all turn to see 3 of these satyrs just, like, bolting into town. And they are literally drunken frat boys. They are kicking over garbage cans. They are taking things from children. They're drinking publicly. They're hooting and hollering.
Drinking publicly.
I know,
Oh
it's
my
terrible. One of them definitely urinates on the flower beds outside of the House of Pots.
Young, dumb, and full of cum. Oh, was that out loud? Shit. Sorry.
Okay. August still with the children, or have they taken him away from the children and added him to the...
Yeah, you've joined the group at this point in time.
I've joined the group. Can I still see the children?
Yeah, you can see the children.
Are they still in the same place? Is there a satyr anywhere near them?
There is not a satyr anywhere near them, and you actually see the children are sort of jolting off the main road where the kind of houses are, and they've taken off.
Okay. Because that would be the first thing I would want to do is protect the children.
I am going to take out my great axe and go up to them because they are up to no good at this point.
And I will follow with my quarterstaff gripped on an angle.
Okay. All right. They're not really paying any attention to you. I mean, they're really just embracing the like hedonistic lifestyle, but in a way that's definitely aggressive.
I'll take a swing at them with my great axe then.
All right, everybody's gonna roll initiative.
I'm not rolling initiative.
Yeah, everybody's rolling initiative.
I'm in the back. I'm hiding
You
behind.
can roll initiative to hang out in the back and watch. 15.
17.
15.
What was that?
15.
15. So between Jory and Perny.
17. Sorry, mine was 17.
Okay, so we'll start at 17. Between Og and Yo. Well, you know what, Io, you said that you were taking a swing, so you're
Yep.
gonna go first. Then we'll put Og. And then between Perny and Jory, who wants to go first?
She can. She's taller. I can't see what's happening.
All right.
Oh, wait, sorry, my initiative was 18. I forgot to add mine.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna still let, because they're not expecting it, I'm going to let Io get a hit in on the satyr. Well, try to get a hit in on the satyr. So if you want to go ahead and roll attack as a sort of surprise round.
Okay. Alright, let's see if I can hit this thing.
Oops.
7.
Yeah, sadly, that doesn't hit. As you go to swing... Sorry, what were you swinging with?
My great axe.
So as you go to swing with your great axe, the satyr in question actually, like, ducks down, pops back up, and sticks its tongue out at you. Og.
Ow!
I am going to approach and say to these satyrs, creatures, calm down.
Okay. They do raspberries at you.
Well, then I'm going to take my quarterstaff and clunk somebody upside of the head.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a quarterstaff attack.
Or not.
What'd you get?
7.
Another 7! Alright, that's a popular number. Yeah, you fail to bop the satyr on the head. It just kind of, like, leans, and you end up bringing the quarterstaff down into the ground instead. Since we had our surprise round, Io, you're gonna get to go again, because we're on to our actual round, so... It's your turn.
I will bring my great axe back again and attempt to take another hit at one of the satyrs.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
9.
Yeah, sadly, they're really bouncy and dexterous, and they're moving around so much that you can't seem to land a hit, unfortunately.
Stay still.
That brings us to Jory.
Okay, I would like to use my thorn whip on the closest one.
Okay.
To pull him mostly just off his feet, but if this succeeds, it should in theory pull him closer to me.
Right, yep. Okay, go ahead and make an attack with the thorn whip.
Sorry, it told me to do it as a melee attack, and okay, I rolled a 10.
Yep, plus then you add I'm looking at it right now, plus 5? Oh, it's a cantrip, I see. Yes. Yep, so you make it like a melee spell attack, I guess? That makes sense. Okay, so 10 plus your 5?
Yeah, so 15.
Yep, so that does hit. You manage to get it, like, by the feet. So you kind of, like, put your hands out and create this, like, vine-like whip. And it grabs him by the feet. And while doing so, go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, 5. I was trying to do it lightly, but...
That's alright. Okay.
Piercing damage is piercing damage.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit of damage, and it kind of gets dragged along the ground towards you. Not prone, it's still upright, but moving towards you. So you're, you're fairly close to it now. Do you want to do anything else? Bonus action, movement?
No, not right now.
Okay. So that brings us to Perny.
Okay, well, I've been watching this, and you guys have been trying to hit these things, and they're not retaliating. So, what are you doing? You don't need to be physically intimidating these things. You don't even know what they want. So I'm just gonna look at the one that's the Jory has in her whip grip. Just look at him and go like, boo!
Okay. Do you want to hold an action for anything?
Yeah, let me hold an action.
Like an attack action? What would you like to do? Like if something happens?
If something happens, I would probably disengage.
Okay, so maybe if they make an attack, then you will disengage. Well, you're not engaged with them though, so you're not engaged. So that's.
Those I'll keep an attack. I'd probably hide. Sorry, not disengage.
Okay, all right. So if they try to make an attack or something, you will hide. Okay.
Because I don't think there's a problem, guys.
All right.
Can I shout at my group this? They're not the problem.
Yeah. I'll let you shout like a short sentence.
Okay. They're not the problem, guys.
All right. So as you say that, it becomes the satyr's turn, and one of the satyrs, the one that is not sort of in the vines that's been pulled up next to Jory, turns around and attempts to make a ram attack on Io, who has, tried to hit him twice. For a 12.
Oh!
Okay, so, just, you see it coming is the problem. It's not really, they're not real great at being sneaky, it turns out. And as it turns around to try to ram you, you manage to just step out of the way, and it kind of shoots past you a little bit. The one that is, that is being, sort of held by Jory in the vines is going to attempt to make a short sword attack against you, Jory, because you've pulled it up close to you. Does a 22 hit you?
Oh.
I feel like it does.
I mean, it must, yes. It's against my armor class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
That's a lot of damage.
You pull it up close to you, and you're gonna take 6 points of piercing damage from this short sword that just, because you're so close, it's hard for you to get away from the vines. The third satyr, however, actually runs out of town. Spends its turn to run away in the direction that you believe the witch's hut to be, based on the information that you have. Og.
I am watching this satyr run out of town. Yes.
Yep, everybody sees the satyr run.
Run, satyr, run!
The only one hurt is Jory.
Yes.
And how badly hurt is Jory?
That was about a third of my hit points. So, not great.
Okay. I will heal Jory.
Okay.
I'm going to say we need to follow him. He's going to the witch, but I need to fix Jory first.
Okay, so you're going to cast your Cure Wounds again?
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And make sure we're using the right dice. And it is 8.
So you get to heal back up to your full health.
Woo! And the peasants rejoice.
Yay! Anything else you would like to do, Og? Bonus action or movement or anything?
I was thinking.
Oh, I forgot to say. This was my bad. Perny, you are now hiding. Because the satyr made an attack, so you're hiding. I assume behind Jory?
No, because she's bleeding all over everything.
Okay. Then where did you hide?
Somewhere like a box.
Yeah, there's like
underneath
some
broken
barrels
flowers.
around,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Sorry, go ahead, Og. Any other end of your turn stuff?
No, I was thinking about, no, I was thinking about my hidden step, but I think I'll hang on to it.
Okay. All right.
So, yes, I have healed Jory and said we need to chase it. It's going towards the witch.
All right, Io.
I am going to put away my great axe, and then I am going to do an unarmed strike at the one that's currently caught up in the thorn.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Make your attack.
So I'm going to punch it
Yep.
if I can.
You people are
That is
here.
15.
That hits. Yeah, you managed to. So it's the one in the vines, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, you walk right up to it. It can't go anywhere, and you just like, bam, punch it right in the face. So
Cool.
for an unarmed attack, you have...
That'll be 3 points.
Okay.
Because it's 1 plus my strength modifier.
Yeah. Perfect. Anything else? You've moved up to it. You've punched it. Bonus action.
I don't think I have anything I can do with bonus. I don't want to rage quite yet. I don't feel I'm there.
All right, sounds good.
Especially for fighting the witch later on. Maybe this is not a good plan to rage right now.
Okay, so then that brings us to Jory. You've just been stabbed by a satyr, but your team is rallying around you. What would you like to do?
Sorry, what's the current status of the satyr that's in the vines?
It's bleeding a little, now from the nose because it's been punched in the face, as well as the little damage it took from when it vined you, and it's just kind of in front of you in melee range, still caught up in these vines.
But definitely still, like, conscious and...
Yes.
Cool, okay. What I really want to do is, like, disable it somehow, but I am so not the character to do that.
You can attempt to grapple it, if you would like. Which would be to, like, hold it, you know?
Yeah, is this related to my strength, though?
Yes.
Yeah,
Who knows? The dice might be on your side.
Alright, we'll try it.
Alright, you're gonna try to grapple the satyr that's in front of you. Sounds good. So go ahead and
Yeah.
roll a, athletics check.
14. That's with my -1.
Okay, so we'll just see how it does. It rolled a natural 1, so you have successfully grappled the satyr. You just reach out and you take it by surprise and you grab it, and now you're kind of like holding it. It's facing you, so that's kind of awkward, and you've kind of like got your arms around it.
Suplex.
So you have a bonus action. You can't move really because you're like grappling this thing now. But if you have a bonus action you'd like to use, you can do that.
Can I just yell something at my party?
Sure.
All right. So I'm not even gonna try to find anybody in specific. I'm just gonna yell, "Someone tie him up."
Okay. All right. Perfect. That brings us to Perny.
Yeah, I'm a good tire. I tie things.
Okay, so you're gonna come out and you're gonna tie up the satyr.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you do that for your turn. You've got some rope in your pack, I believe.
I do
Everyone
have some
should
rope.
some rope. Yeah. So you come
Probably
out.
better than you make pies.
You come out and you can tie up. You can spend your action to tie up the satyr. That brings us to the satyr's turn. The one remaining satyr has also now taken off running, following the other one. And
is smoke following them?
Yeah, you can see a little bit of a purple haze left behind. And the one that you have tied up has those same icy purple eyes that the boars did. So we're going to drop out of our combat now, And I actually think 12:35, this is the perfect time to take a little break. So we'll be taking a 10-minute break so everyone can, drink and all of that kind of stuff. And we will be back in about 10, it might be 15 minutes, let's be honest, where we will pick this back up. So we will see everyone soon. Thank you! And we're back! Hello again, internets! We are adequately fed. That was, I think, mostly what people were doing, was rapidly stuffing their faces on the break. So that was fun. And we're about to pick up where we left off. We had just encountered some purple haze satyrs, seeing the purple haze again. And you have one tied up, and two have run off down the road towards where there is supposedly a witch, says a few people around town. You've been hired by Cedric Winfell to deal with the witch. And yeah, you're in the middle of the one road in town. You've got the satyr. Jory heroically grappled it. Perny came in with the rope. What are we doing now?
I am gonna take off down the road after the other satyrs.
Okay. I was running after the satyrs that are running.
I'm gonna tell the satyr that is tied up to stop struggling, because he's just gonna hurt himself.
Satyr's not listening to you. It's still blowing raspberries and saying rude things, and it's trying to kick. I'm sure that Perny did a good job of tying it up everywhere, but its little hooves at the bottom are trying to kick out from the rope, trying to kick at you.
Okay. Well.
So I'm gonna turn to Og and say, Og, I think you should take this one and go find out if that tavern over there has a storeroom or something where they can keep him until we figure this out.
Okay, Jory.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. How big is this satyr?
They are not super big, I don't think. They're shorter than humans. You can probably pick it up. I'm gonna say you can pick it up.
I'm gonna scoop him up and head to the tavern with him.
Okay, as you're walking with him, he's spitting on you and stuff and calling you a bunch of names.
Sorry, Og.
Big dumb oaf. I'm gonna get ya. She's gonna get ya. Let me go. That kind of stuff.
Calm yourself, creature. Calm yourself. Everything is fine.
No! Put me down!
I can't put you down. You're causing trouble.
Oh, I hate you. Spit, spit, spit.
At which point, I'm going to put him down, none too gently, in the middle of the road, and reach into my pocket and take out a piece of twine that's in, because of course, Og's pockets are always full of bits of odds and ends, and I'm going to wrap it around his nasty little muzzle so he has to shut up.
He's kind of a human face, not much of a muzzle. You could, though, try and, wrap it under his chin and around the top of his head. That way,
I'm not too bright, so that will work.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a something check. Roll me a survival check to see how good you are at, tying up this.
17. No, 18, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So it seems silly the way you're doing it, chin to the top of the head, around and around and around, but it's effective. And you make it so he can't, still a little bit, can get a little bit out because you still can move his mouth a little bit. But he can't spit on you, and now he sounds ridiculous. I hate you. You're the worst.
At which point I'm going to scoop it back up and keep heading for the tavern, where I'm going to Is there a door on the tavern?
Yeah, there's a door, but it just kind of swings back and forth, so you can just kind of push through, you know, saloon style.
Am I gonna push through carrying the satyr, or do I need to put him on the ground outside? Is there enough room for me to carry him through? Is the door big enough?
Door's big enough. You can bring him through.
Or if it's saloon style, are they half doors?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna stand on the outside of the door for a minute and yell at the Goliath behind the door. Hey, do you have some kind of storage room we could stick this guy in for now?
Well, I mean, I don't really want him here, but you can stick him with the wine.
With the wine? I don't know that that's a good idea.
I mean,
Well, he's all tied up. I'm sure it's fine.
Why don't we take him with us?
Perny yells.
No!
Io is still running.
I'm just gonna say, okay, fine. I walk around because he did say his wine was around the back of the tavern. And I walk around the back of the tavern and dump him in the little lean-to where this guy makes his wine.
Yeah, so you dump him there, and he's pretty secure. You think he'll be fine.
With a final admonition, behave yourself. I don't want to have to hurt you.
It's trying to talk some more, but you know, you just hear. Okay, so you head back around. Perny, Jory, Og, you're in the road. I also apologize if anyone hears any weird sounds. There are contractors here, and I guess they've decided that now is the time to make all the noise. Broadcasting schedule be damned. So you're all in the road. You can see Io, who's kind of like there's just a bend, you know, she's taken off, she's about to run down the bend, out of the town after the satyrs.
I mean, I guess we should go after her.
Alright, everybody's running?
I'm gonna scoop Perny up under my arm and carry her because she's gonna have such a hard time keeping up with us. So I'm just gonna lean over and say, "Here, Perny, let me give you a hand," and just kind of scoop her up under one arm and.
Amazing. Okay, so you run. If you guys you put a little bit of extra effort into it, you can probably catch up to Io. You know, if you go super hard. Io, you are chasing after the satyrs, but suddenly they both kind of veer off into different paths, off the path into the forest.
Who was the one I kept missing with the axe?
It went left.
Alright, I'm going left.
Okay. So you veer off and follow it into the woods. The other one goes the other way. It's equally adept in the woods as you are. You don't have a problem navigating, you know, you're like leaping over logs and ducking under branches and stuff like that. But it's also pretty like deftly avoiding these things, and it's laughing at you while it runs. It's taunting you. Ha ha! You couldn't even hit me! What's that thing even good for?
Close am I to this thing?
Maybe 20 feet away?
Can I take out a javelin and try to hit it?
Oh my god.
You know what? Go ahead. Yeah.
This thing has annoyed me.
Thirsty.
Alright. That is going to be 14.
That just hits. So you're just in a rage at like this stupid freaking creature, and you throw the javelin and it gets it like right in the arm. Go ahead and roll some damage.
4 points of damage.
All right, so it takes 4 points of piercing damage and yells out, "Fuck you!" as it continues to like run and it's trying to like break the javelin off.
Really? I'm just going to keep running after it at this point.
You need a thorn whip.
So, Og, Perny and Jory, you've kind of reached the point now. You're maybe also 20 feet away from Yo. You know, you guys are like, or Io, sorry, you're like close together. And you've seen that she's gone into the woods that way. You also saw the other satyr run off to the right into the woods. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna put Perny down on her little feetses there.
Thanks.
And pat her on the head. There you go. Jory, what should we do?
I'm gonna call after Io. This isn't our mission.
Can I hear that?
Go.
Yeah, because you're only about 20 feet away, so, you know, she, like, yells it out and you can hear.
I mean, I'll stop. Is my javelin on the ground that I can pick it up, or is it still stuck in the satyr?
So it's still stuck in the satyr, but he broke off, so, like, the wood part of the javelin is there on the ground.
You make a rudimentary
javelin. Alright. I'll just leave it.
Okay. As you turn back, the satyr flips you off and runs off into the woods. So like, okay, so you're on the road. The satyrs have gone off in their different direction. Supposedly, if you keep going, you will come across the witch's home. What would you like to do?
Are we just gonna go up, knock on the door kind of thing?
Well, you can't see it yet.
I'm sort of discussing with the group.
I think we should maybe scout.
Maybe not all of us.
Maybe someone who's used to skulking around.
Are you volunteering?
Well, I'm sure as hell not gonna get giant leaf boy to do it here. And every time Jory starts something, she gets spiked with something and bleeds all over everything. And I don't trust you.
The feeling's mutual.
You'll be like taking out axes and hacking people and stuff. So yes, I'm volunteering.
All right. Maybe you should go ahead then and see what you can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So you guys just hang back here and shed or whatever it is you do.
Cool. So, Perny, you go up the path a little bit. You gotta go about 100 feet.
Okay.
And it's around a bend. There's lots of bends in this road.
So that should take me about 4 hours.
And it actually takes you can move 25 feet in 6 seconds. So,
yeah.
You know.
No, you do the math. Do the math.
Takes you half a minute to get there. I can do math, damn it. You peek around the bend and you can see what looks like a little cottage, like a quintessential, like, I don't know, Britishy kind of cottage. You know, there's lots of herbs and yeah, lots of plants growing, medicinal, food, decorative. It's cute. It's a cute little like stone cottage with a thatched roof and a pretty little chimney.
Is it neat? Does it look well kept?
It looks very well kept. And cluttered, like the plants are cluttered in a way that like speaks to someone who really like loves their plants and they're growing a lot, but it is a well kept home.
Yeah, okay. And this witch is not our problem. I knew it.
As you are looking at the house, I'm gonna get you to roll a perception check for me.
Oh, really? Why? No. I'm just gonna go ahead and say no.
Well, come on, tell the people at home what you rolled.
An 8.
Okay, I mean, that's not great. But, so as you are, like, busy looking at the house, you don't notice the giant badger that has, like, slowly been creeping up on you. And I'm gonna get everybody to roll initiative.
Fuck. Even me?
Even you!
No.
10.
16.
15.
19.
Okay.
Sure, I can't see it, but I can dodge the fuck out of it.
Your instincts have kicked in. How is a rogue not perceptive? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know what? I think we made a very large tactical error, me and the GM who rolled.
Hey,
two.
you guys
We
rolled
rolled
your
that.
stuff.
We
I just
stuff.
helped you fix the sheet, but we
It's
can
not that important.
we can revisit it if it's a problem.
But it makes it funny.
It does. It really
It's
does.
funny.
You're good
And
at
it's
other
not
things,
And I would have been
though.
really good criminals back in the day.
Oh yeah.
To like a good team because I'm highly perceptive, but
But have no strength and no, yeah.
All right. So Perny, you are top of the round. You look over and this giant badger is coming up on you.
Giant, like the same size as her, or half her size, or
It's
it's not very big.
It's almost as big as you. It's a big badger.
Okay. I'm quite far away from everyone else, eh?
Yeah, you're about 100 feet ahead of everyone else.
Okay. I'm gonna do Is it like moving towards me menacingly, or
It doesn't look friendly.
it doesn't look pettable? No. Oh my god. All right, I'm just gonna draw my weapons. My rapier and short sword.
Okay?
Actually, no. I'm sorry. My daggers.
Your daggers. One in each
Yeah,
hand?
draw my daggers. Yeah.
Okay.
And just like, can you do like set a defensive posture?
You can if you're a monk. Let me... So, what you could do is take the dodge action.
Yeah, I think that's what I was just looking at that.
Yeah. So
we
it
don't.
means that any attacks against you have disadvantage.
Yeah. That's what
provided
I
you
do.
can see them. All right.
Which we all know I really can't see very often.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna take the dodge action, kind of just like wait to see what happens.
Wait
Now
to see,
now it's the badger's turn, and it is going to make an attack against you.
Come on.
It's gonna make
That badger. Hi.
It's gonna make a bite attack, but it's doing so with disadvantage. Does a 10 hit you?
Nope.
Yeah, so your dodge comes in handy. You might not have seen it, like, sneaking up on you, but once you, like, got it in your sights, you're just like, wah! And it just fails to get its bite on you.
Kung Fu Huffling! Ha!
Io, you are next.
So I have a special ability that I can use when it's my move in combat.
Mm-hmm.
I can double my speed to the end of the turn.
Okay. Yep.
So that lets me move 60 feet
Yep.
instead of 30. And then as my action, can I also dash?
Sure. Yeah, you can
Alright.
use, so you can get right up there. You can do 90 feet, so.
Yep. And so that is my turn.
That is
I
your turn?
will, as I take out my great axe.
Perfect. Og.
Right, where am I?
You are back 100 feet away. So Perny went up and went to scout. You get the, you hear some rustling. You don't really know what's happening up there. Io went running way faster than you've ever seen anyone move. And it's you and Jory left on the road.
going to dash or am I going to... I'm going to... I'm going to use my Furbolg magic to speak to the badger and tell it to leave Perny alone while I dash.
You can't see the badger.
I can't see the badger.
You don't know that there's a badger. You just get the sense that something has happened up there.
Okay, then I am going to... Yeah, I'm just going to dash.
Okay, to be able to move 60 feet up for your turn.
Move 60 feet up.
Perfect.
And I have a bonus action.
Oh, yep. What would you like to do?
No, maybe I'll hang on to it. Just... Actually, yes. I'm going to give my bardic inspiration to Perny.
Okay. So that means that's for ability checks, I believe. At this point in time, I'm trying not to get confused because my bard can give inspiration to attacks, but I don't think that you can use it for attacks normally. I think.
Inspiration die. Inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gain an inspiration die.
But it applies to certain things, I guess, is my point. Here, let's just double check. One ability check. Oh, or attack roll. Okay. Yeah. So, Perny, you, for 10 game minutes, have a extra die that you get to add. I believe it's a D6 at this level, that you can add to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw that you have to make. And you can roll your dice first, and then decide if you want to roll the extra die before I tell you whether you succeed or fail, basically. It's a little bump for you. Cool. Now, as Io has approached up to Perny, suddenly you hear this chittering, squirrel chittering specifically, but a lot of it. And just as you reach sort of within range of Perny, you get attacked by a swarm of squirrels.
Really?
Yes. Angry squirrels. Again, with the purple haze and probably purple eyes. You can't tell. There's a lot of squirrels. Oh, no. They fail to attack you. A bunch of squirrels attempt to leap on you, but you're, ready for them, and you just, hit them back with your hand, and they all go flying. Squirrels everywhere.
Man, where was she when we had to deal with the ravens?
And that brings us to Jory.
So just to be clear, I am way back around the corner, can't see any of this. Just
so
know that I can hear some of it. I assume.
you can hear some. You definitely heard the chittering. I'm sure that there's been a response to the squirrels flying everywhere. You can see Og. Og is halfway, but then both Perny and Io are around the corner.
Okay. All right. Clarify for me, if I were to turn into an animal, what are my limitations at second level? No flying or swimming.
No flying or swimming.
Unless you're hit by Io, in which case you'll be flying.
I don't...
No natural flying, alright.
I don't have, my player's handbook right now. So I think, it's no flying and no swimming is really... And it has to be something that you've seen, so you can't turn into some kind of, mythical creature that you've never seen, basically.
So Squirrel's probably safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you already squirreled. You squirreled last time. I mean, who knows? Maybe it will come in handy.
I was thinking more like something with some sort of ramming and like speed.
Yeah,
so,
like you could turn into a boar, for example. I think that's totally a thing you can turn into.
Bighorn sheep, bighorn sheep.
I was thinking a bighorn sheep, but that's
Yep, okay, bighorn sheep, cool. Excellent. You turn into a ram.
and then presuming I can still move, I'm obviously going to try and like catch up with everybody who has gone round the corner.
Yeah. So you take on all the traits. So let's just go on D&D Beyond here and see how fast you can move.
Watch it be slower than my natural speed.
That would just be fun.
Is a ram a thing? Sheep?
I'll turn into the most ram-like thing there is.
Okay. Here we go. We're gonna use the general goat stats. So their speed is 40 feet. So it's
that is marginally better than my natural speed.
That's a little better than you, yeah. Yeah, so you turn into a ram, and you run. You used your action to turn into the... Is wild shape an action or a bonus action?
No, it's an action.
Okay, so you can only run the 40 feet.
That's fine.
Put you closer to Og, so...
Wouldn't that be gallop?
I don't know, do they
No.
gallop?
Trot.
Internet, viewers, tell us, do sheep gallop, trot, run? I don't know. Help educate us.
Cavort.
Charge.
Cavort?
They charge.
They charge. Alright, they charge. That's what they're doing. Perfect. So, Jory, that's your turn. You've turned into a ram. Built ram tough. I saw the joke. You run forward. And that brings us back to Perny, top of the round.
Oh. So there are no squirrels in my immediate vicinity? They're all screaming, flying.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're around you. You could totally make an attack, on...
No, I'm going
on
after the
squirrels.
fucking badger. I just
Alright.
want to, like...
Deal with the badger.
I mean, there's a squirrel that goes flying past your head, but they kind of, like, all run back again and, like, sort of coalesce back into their swarm.
Okay. A swarm. Alright, let's fuck up this badger, man.
Alright. So go ahead, you want to make an attack on the badger with your daggers?
Mm-hmm.
So because you have two, you'll actually be allowed to make, like, a regular dagger attack and then an offhand attack as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the, I'm just trying to find my, there it is. So that's a 4, right?
Well, first you have to roll for the attack, so you roll your 20, and then add your plus 5.
So 13 plus 5 is 18.
Yep, that hits the badger. Perfect. So
Damn
then,
right!
Then you roll your 1d4.
I don't have a 4.
It's the one that looks like a triangle.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. Oh, Jesus. Hang on.
Is it a 1? It's obviously a 1. Plus 3, though, because you add your strength bonus. So that's 4 damage to the badger. And...
Oh, my main hand.
Yeah, and then so you can do your offhand attack. So you roll for your attack.
And she still has my bardic inspiration.
Why are you making that face? What'd you get?
Oh, 5.
Oh, okay. You do have the bardic inspiration if you would like to roll the d6 and add that. That is an option.
Oh, sorry, 7. I rolled a 2 plus 5 is 7.
Oh, Yeah, so that's 7. You can roll the Bardic Inspiration to add to that if you want. I'm letting you know this before I tell you whether it succeeds or fails.
Yeah, I will roll.
Okay, so you roll the d6 and you add that number to your 7.
3. So 10?
Yeah, that just hits. So you, with your offhand attack, you're a little off kilter, but you still manage to get it in there at the badger. So for your offhand, you just roll your d4 and you don't add any of your pluses to it.
Come on, anything but 1. 3.
Excellent. So in these 2 dagger attacks that you've done, you come in one and then you come in the other. The badger looks like it's hurting a little bit from your two hits. So that was your action and your bonus action. Do you want to move at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage.
That's a bonus action. You can't do that.
I thought I could.
It's because you used your bonus action already to do a offhand attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're,
I thought I could disengage regardless at the end of the round.
No, you normally have to use an action to do that. Your rogue ability of cutting action lets you do a bonus action to do that, but you used your action and your bonus action already to do your attack with your offhand. So you can still move away. That's totally fine. But you will provoke an attack of opportunity if you do that.
No.
Okay, you're gonna stand there.
I'm just gonna take my daggers and just like.
So they're still in the badger.
Yeah, they're in there.
All right, excellent. Now it's the badger's turn, and it's real not happy about this. So it is actually going to make a multi-attack against you. It is going to attempt to bite you.
I don't want to die.
So it's gonna do a bite first.
I'm too small to die.
That's a natural 20.
Oh!
Which means, for people who are learning the rules, it is going to get to roll its damage die twice. So on its bite attack, it does 11 points of piercing damage.
This is what I get for being heroic, you motherfuckers? Okay.
So you can add it to your sheet. I think that hurts you pretty badly. It's still going to make its claws attack against you.
I have 2 hit points left, everybody.
No, it fails. It fails. So
thank God.
It's got such a good bite on you, and it's still distracted by the daggers in its head that it just can't quite get its claws in on you. All right, so that's the badger's turn.
Arterial wound bleeding.
Yeah. So Pernie's in a bit of trouble, but it's Io's turn, and now you've sent some squirrels flying. You didn't do it. I just decided you did it.
I would like to rage.
All right, bonus action rage. Perfect. And
I will strike at the badger with my great axe.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make an attack on the badger.
Come on, axe. That is going to be a 16.
That hits.
All right, so hang on, a D12. I've never used one of these before. Okay, I think this is a 12. Yes. All right. So because I'm raging, I get 2 extra damage as well.
Yep.
So that is going to be a 13.
All right.
13 damage.
How do you do the final blow?
Seeing that Pernie is hurt, I will take my axe, swing back, and as I strike down on the dagger on its neck, I am going to yell Titan Smash.
All right, and you're just you cleave its head clean off as you do this. You're just like, Titan Smash! And now there's just like soaking Pernie in blood, by the way. Her own and now also this badger blood as it kind of falls limp.
I am raging. I do not
She doesn't care.
Nope.
All right.
I'm like this.
Anything else? Do you want to use any of your... You used a little bit of your movement to close the gap, but if you want to use any other movement...
I'm just going to use the rest of my movement so that I'm stepping in front of Perny.
Okay.
So that anything that wants to get to her has to go through me.
Perfect. Og, your turn.
Right. And I am how far away still?
You can use your movement basically to get up there this turn.
Okay. I will do that. I will approach.
There's still these angry squirrels.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the angry squirrels.
Don't forget the angry squirrels.
Can I see these angry squirrels?
Yeah, and you can definitely hear them. So as you're walking up the path, the angry squirrels are kind of like between you and Io and Perny.
Okay, so they're in between us. And are they purple?
Yeah, there's a purple haze coming off of the squirrels for sure.
Which means evil bad. I am going to... what the hell am I going to do? I am going to ready myself and wait for Jory to join us.
So you're going to hold your action?
I'm going to hold my action.
And what do you want to do? Like, if something happens, what do you want to do with your action?
I'm just trying to decide that I'm going to be, I'll be using my quarterstaff as a bludgeoning device.
Okay.
I'm gonna be smacking squirrels.
All right. So go ahead and roll your quarterstaff attack to hit some squirrels.
You do whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole. I'm doing whack-a-squirrel.
All right.
So that is what I roll. Plus what?
Plus whatever it says next to your quarterstaff.
Right.
You've probably gone strength, I would guess. I can see in 2 seconds here. Using D&D Beyond to check my player stats. So you're 20 plus 4.
Okay, so that makes me a 23.
Oh yeah, that hits. You bring your quarterstaff down. Boop, 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 rats. Go ahead and, squirrels. Go ahead and, I'm not using the swarm of rats stats for this at all.
No.
Go ahead and, roll damage on your whack-a-squirrel.
Which is my D6, yes?
Quarterstaff is 1d6 plus 2.
Plus 2. 7!
Alright. Yeah, so you're just like, bop, 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 smushed squirrels. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cool. That brings us to the squirrels, who are not real happy with you now.
Wait.
Oh,
1 second before you go. Every time I do whack a squirrel and it goes splat, I'm saying, go in peace, go in peace, go in peace, go in peace.
Die, go in
Alright.
peace. Die, go in peace.
Something like that. Only no, I'm going, go in peace, go in peace, go in peace.
Alright. That brings us to the squirrels, who are real unhappy with you. So they're going to attempt to bite you, these squirrels. Does a 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the squirrels make a 10 damage as they just swarm right up you, avenging their squirrel friend's death, and just start biting at you all over your body.
People, I'm down to 1.
Oh!
How squishy is everyone?
How are you down to 1?
I only had 11.
How did you only have 11? When did you take damage since the long rest?
I don't know. Oh, maybe it didn't get reset.
Did you hit your long rest button?
I did.
It should have set you back to 20.
Well, it didn't.
If you hit long rest, does it do it now? D&D Beyond problems.
It worked for me earlier, but I had to manually uncheck the reset max HP thing because it wants to reset it to, you know how we're at.
Yeah, I figured that out for her before. Okay, well, what you can do on your D&D Beyond, you should actually have 10 hit points if this is the case.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're good. You're good now. Yeah. It just had a weird fluke. All good.
I have. Wait a minute. No, I'm still at 1.
No, I'm looking at your sheet right now. You have 10 out of 20. It says temporary 1, which you should not have, by the way, because that was from before.
That was from on the way here.
What? Oh, you are at 1. Okay, what did you do? You know what? I'm just gonna fix this for you. There you go. Now you've got 10.
Okay.
I don't know. It glitched out. This is the fun part of using online things. You have 10 out of 20.
Okay.
You're not near death. It's not
Okay.
great, but you're not near death. So that's the squirrel's turn. Jory. It's your turn.
Yeah. I am currently an unnecessary sheep.
I mean, you could ram some
Someone
squirrels.
ruined my plan.
You could ram some
Just
squirrels.
like last time. I mean, I could go after the squirrels. I was trying not to kill anything.
Well, your party kind of
Yeah.
messed that up for you.
And changing back is an action. However, as I come round though and see the current state of Perny, I will drop out of wild shape
Okay.
back to my regular form, and then as a bonus action use Balm of the Summer Court, which should have reset.
Okay, yep. Yeah, because you had your long rest.
Hi, Dad. I hear you.
Yeah, just a second. I'm just trying to remember if I roll 1d6.
I think it is...
Guys. Can you close the door, please?
Oh, that's right. I can only do one at a time. Yep, that's why it's 1.
Right.
Oh, 5. So Perny gets 5 HP back and 1 temp HP.
All right. So on your sheet, your D&D Beyond sheet, you have your current hit points, your max hit points, and then your temporary hit points. You can type 1 in that temporary hit point, and those will go away before any of your other hit points will.
Okay. And then 5.
And then, 5 of your regular hit points.
Oh, God.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I feel like I just did that all in one sort of smooth action.
Yeah,
I'm, running as a sheep and then just like turn back into
Amazing.
myself.
And still running.
In my head, I see this sheep, and then suddenly it's a somersaulting Jory who's on her feet and casting.
Amazing.
Graceful, athletic, willowy elf that she is.
All right, so that should be your turn. That should be everything, right? You moved, action, all that good stuff. Bringing us back to Perny.
Yes.
Yeah, so you are covered in your own and also badger blood.
Yep.
Io is standing in front of you. The witch's house is behind you. Ahead of Io is this swarm of squirrels, and kind of just beyond that, Jory and Og.
So it goes Jory and Og, then me, then Io, then the witch's hut?
Well, between Io and Jory and Og, there's like squirrels. So like, okay, I'm gonna try and do this here in the image where you can see. Og and Jory here. Squirrels.
Yeah.
Io, you, witch's witch's hut a little bit behind you.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my action because what can I do?
Okay, what would you like to hold your action for?
Bleeding to death? If I'm gonna bleed to death, then I'll do something.
Okay, so if you take damage, what would you like to do?
Cry? No, I don't know. I'm taking, what, does anyone have any tips?
Any ideas?
Party?
Sorry, I'm reading the list of options. I mean, there is dodge.
Yeah, but that's a disengage. I'm not in combat.
Well, technically we are still in combat. Something
So
could
you can
attack
dodge.
you. Yeah. You could.
You know what?
You can give the help action. That's one that I feel like is underused. So you could say like, I'm helping Io, and then it means that Io on her next thing gets advantage.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do something crazy.
Okay, what do you want to do that's crazy?
I'm gonna use my action to run to the witch's door.
Yeah?
And dash inside.
Okay.
Because I really think if someone would just go in there and be like, bitch, stop!
Okay, sure, yes. You run, dash, get yourself into the witch's hut. I will tell you what you see in there on your next turn.
Okay.
Bringing us to... Oh, the badger's dead.
Was this really a smart plan, sending the rogue that has no hit points?
No hit points, who's bleeding to death and is no longer available for
I'm
me to heal
saving you!
Don't act like we can control anything she does.
Io, what would you like to do? It is your turn now.
Are the squirrels still around us?
Mm-hmm. Angry squirrels.
You know what? I don't think I moved last turn, right?
No, you did not.
Okay, so for my action, I'm going to use my feline agility again and double my speed so I can dash after Kearney, who's determined to get herself killed.
Perfect. All right, you going right into the house as well?
Yep, why
Great.
not?
All right. Bring us to Og.
Oh, crap.
Og's like, Kearney, you're so stupid. What are you doing?
Yeah. What am I going to do? Okay, they're in the witch's house.
Yeah.
And Jory is where?
Near you on the road.
Near me on the road.
Come with me to a fantasy hut. No?
I was thinking about casting something, but that's going to affect Jory too, and I don't really want to do that. So I am going to
I have full hit points. I'm not actually advocating hitting me with anything. Please don't.
No. I'm going to hold my action, which will be to help Jory when she needs it.
Okay, so do you want to use the help action or do you want to hold your action?
I think I will
hold my action.
Okay. To, like, do an attack, or...
Yeah. Yeah. No, wait. To cast a spell.
Okay. So, it's a great time to talk about holding your action for casting a spell. If it's a cantrip, no problem. If it is, it's no problem regardless. Because it's called, like, readying the action,
Right.
officially. If you cast a spell slot of first level or higher, you are expending that spell slot whether or not your spell goes off.
Ah.
So that doesn't really matter for cantrips,
No.
obviously. But if you had something you were like, oh, I'm going to cast Firebolt, for example. I'm going to hold Firebolt for this to happen. If that doesn't happen, and your hold action never triggers, you've wasted a spell.
Yeah, okay, so maybe we won't do that, because, knowing our luck. Okay, I'm going to... Yes, I will hold an attack
Okay?
and use a bonus action. I'm going to use my hidden step,
Okay, you can use that as a bonus action.
which means I turn invisible.
Okay.
To come into the hut?
No,
Yeah, so he just turns invisible.
I just turn invisible, and I'm waiting for Jory. I'm holding my action to help Jory.
So, Jory, you're standing there, and suddenly Og just disappears. Now it's the squirrels, and you're the only one they can see. So...
Thanks, Og.
The squirrels are going to make an attack.
Well, I'm trying to confuse the squirrels, Jory. I'm sorry. The squirrels can see me.
Does a 9 hit you? Alright, so the squirrels are very confused by this suddenly disappearing large creature and are, like, trying to bite you, but, like, also, like, looking where Og was, and they're like, and they don't actually bite you. And now it's your turn.
What was that, Jory? Oh, you're welcome.
And now it's your turn, Jory.
Okay. I think our best bet is actually to follow our friends here. So Og, I presume I've seen this happen with you before, so I know that this is a thing you can do, and you are presumably still in the area. So I am going to, I'm going to call out to Og, we need to get inside, and then move toward the door, and I guess hold my action to do an unarmed strike against any of the squirrels that may attempt to hit me en route to the door.
Yep. Yeah, because you're moving, the squirrels are going to get an opportunity attack, so you will get to punch the squirrels.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm just trying to, keep them off of me, not so much kill them.
So the squirrels will make their opportunity attack as you're moving out of the melee range with them. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
So you do 4 points. You get 4 points of damage from the squirrels. And now you get to punch the squirrels back.
Punch up!
Uh-oh.
Do I, though? Because that is a 7.
In total?
Yep.
Yeah, sadly, Sadly,
I'm just flailing.
Yeah, exactly. And the squirrels are not really. They've managed to avoid all of your random like, that's happening. So that's unfortunate for you. But yeah, you can make it all the way to the door and inside.
Although in theory, Og was supposed to be helping me, right?
Og said they were gonna hold an attack action.
Oh, okay.
So you were kind of unclear. Og, if you want to make an attack on the squirrels, I should have asked for more details. I will let you make an attack on the squirrels since you said you were kind of wanting to help Jory.
Well, I can.
If you would like to. It will force you to drop out of your hidden step, though.
Yes, I know. Or I can just stay here invisible and be cowardly for the moment.
Okay. Whichever you would like.
I think I've taken enough damage for the day. I'm just gonna stay here invisible for the moment.
That's fine. I'm actually going to have us drop out of combat now. We're going to say that the squirrels suddenly dissipate after that last flail by Jory, which doesn't actually hit them, but does seem to scare them off. They go running into the forest. And inside of the hut... Oh, yeah, go ahead, Og.
Trailing their little purple haze?
Yeah, trailing their little purple haze. And inside of the hut, Perny, Jory, and Io, you see a figure sitting in a chair. The figure slowly turns around, and you see Cedric Windfell sitting there. And he says, I expected you to do better at dealing with my witch problem. At which point in time, Cedric Windfell's appearance changes, and you are now looking at a wrinkled old woman covered in bits of leaves and things like that, as you realize that Cedric Windfell is actually a hag, and out of the shadows step 5 purple-hazed satyrs. And that is where we're going to end it for today.
We're all gonna die in 20 minutes next time. Maybe not Io, actually.
There's perks to being a barbarian.
I'm still invisible outside. I have a chance.
Yeah, Og doesn't even know what's happening
I
at this
don't
point in
know
time.
what's going on, so...
Yeah, so...
I have to wait 2 weeks to die? Awesome!
While you're splurting arterial spray, still.
Yeah, so that's where we're gonna end it today, with, our Cedric actually turning out to be a hag, and what's with the satyrs hanging around him. And so we will wrap it up. We will be back in 2 weeks with the Winteroak crew, to see how everyone dies. But next week, you can tune in to see the other half, Progress, continue what's happened with their story. And then you can start to wonder, when are these two groups going to meet?
I should have stayed a sheep.
Yeah.
So, thank you for everyone who tuned in. And we will see you next week for Progress, and 2 weeks from now for the continuation of this story. So, thanks again!